Hey, good evening. So I'm just doing this as an impromptu stream. I saw something which is on the news, which was actually stupid, but interesting though. That now, when women actually go to the doctors or something like that, they cannot refer to their anatomy in the right form. So in order not to offend certain people, everybody will have to use the term bonus hole. So, for anybody that's actually listening, what are your thoughts on this bullcrap? Because if you're going to go and talk, and for the parents that are actually watching my stream, are you going to go tell your kids, hey, Mandy over there, boys and girls are different. You got what you got, and then Mandy got a bonus hole. That does not sound right. What is your opinions about that? Yo, how you doing? I'm just maintaining, and this is actually an impromptu stream because I saw something funny. So, what are your thoughts on doctors actually telling women to refer to their private areas as bonus holes? I agree. And I mean, it's just so crazy on how certain people or certain segments of the population have rights. So now you can't teach your children. I'm saying for the parents because I'm not a parent yet. But yet, we're going to live in a world that we can't teach our children that man is in the woman. So why is all this classification words that never really been scientific book attention? Binary, gender, all this other stuff that have to other folks. So time for this. So that's if I don't get canceled. I, I agree because my thing is that if the parents break their kids, if you want to feel that high tell or not. But I don't agree with push that on kids because at the end of the day, that's wow. Yeah, yeah. I guess I was breaking up. Yeah, so that's why I was saying this is like a really impromptu stream because I just actually saw this was funny. And me personally, it's like very unnerving on how certain people are just referring to what a woman has. I mean, her essence as a bonus hole. So imagine I'm just saying, like, if you're trying to get with the woman, I was like, hey, how you doing? You know, you got a nice bonus hole. That does not sound right. Or If a single guy and a single girl get together and they have a night of passion, the next thing you know, they're like, Mandy, that bonus hole was great. That does not sound right. What is your opinion about that, Atlan? I agree. I mean, there's been a lot of things that have been trying to destroy the family. I'm saying as far as Afro as African Americans and Latinos, drugs that almost became successful but didn't. Uh and mass incarceration. And now this. I actually agree that certain people are trying to use agents to destroy the nuclear family. Yeah, we all know. I mean, you got some of those. That's their way. That's not my way. And it seems like a certain individual that's been trying to say a lot of slanderous stuff about me. I think he actually rolls that direction also. But I'm not going to mention that lame's name because he's not even worth my time. I mean, yeah, and more recently, I got somebody, I guess, from who was outside the Hispano taps, you know, mentioning my name like I'm going to actually give them recognition. I mean, I'm not going to give certain people recognition because at the end of the day, they're not worth to be recognized. So, this was the funny part that I've heard that I'm a monoracial, that I'm from Philly and I'm a failed rapper. Yeah, maybe the failed rapper because I didn't make it to mainstream. But what a lot of people don't know is you could actually go and own your own company and become a established entertainer. So with that said, certain people could go and look at my page or whatsoever. I'm in the Dominican rap scene. I might not be successful as my counterparts, but guess what? I'm going to get there. And one part is that I'm not going to get there by having a whole bunch of people that do not understand the concept of hip hop in the first place, trying to judge me on who I am and everything like that, and speaking lies on my name. When in fact, half of these people don't even know me. So therefore, that's why I laugh and I just make my moves. I made a lot of secret moves within my life recently, which I'm not going to announce because only certain people that I actually talk to know that I've made these moves. But the Hispano taps, they have their set goal on trying to tell me on who I am when the fact is they don't know me. So I'm going to use the fact that they don't know me to achieve great things while they're sitting there bickering amongst themselves on how I'm progressing in life and they're not. So I don't really have time for their Hispano taps and their semi ruthless allies. Because at the end of the day, I ain't got time. I'm not gonna go say I'm the best rapper because I'm not. I have friends who are better rappers than me, and I can say that. I mean, I fell off over maybe 10 years ago because of a personal tragedy, but I'm just trying to actually go through the producing side because the way that I see it, anybody could be a rapper now. I mean, the industry is so saturated with a whole bunch of people that cannot rap. I mean, why don't you just give a guy who's actually struggling, maybe on the streets and stuff, you just tell him, you just go and school him on how to write bars, and then maybe he could rise out of poverty or whatsoever. But a lot of people don't think that. In other news, it was revealed that in where I'm staying at, Philadelphia, that there was a mass shooting. Rest in peace to all the victims. But this is one thing which is really so since the shooter, well, I don't want to pronounce them the wrong pronoun. I'm just going to say the shooter is of that community. Do you think because of the shooting that their community is going to get a lot of flack for it? Hi, Kaisho. How you doing? This is just an impromptu stream. You're welcome to come up. Oh, Kaisho, that was a playback. I saw a little bit of it, and it was like of a past interview that a past stream that me and Don Jose did. By the way, I saw Don Jose like around 2 or 3 days ago. He looked like he was in great spirit. I mean, they already said what the person is, but the thing is though, do you think that that community ever after this incident, or do you think they're going to actually get a lot of bad press because of it, or not? Yeah, it's an open discussion. I mean, you're welcome because one of my topics, Kaisho, is now I just heard something funny yesterday that they're actually calling that certain doctors or quote unquote cancer foundation want to refer to a part of a woman's anatomy called the bonus hole. So, as a woman, I want to hear your thoughts about that. I mean, I actually think that's going to happen, Aslan, because I could actually see that it's happening or it's going to happen.
Explain this bonus hole again. Good looking. Thanks for letting me pop in.
All right. Well, the thing is, though, I was reading an article one day, right?
I'm still here.
Yeah, sorry, it was somebody decided to blast the music again. I have to get some paneling over this.
Same on my side. We're having that issue too. So go ahead. Can you explain it again for
All
me?
right. Well, I read an article that a certain organization, they want to refer to a woman's part of the anatomy, a woman's private parts as a bonus hole instead of its actual name.
That sounds ridiculous. Why? What's the purpose? Like that. It sounds. It's a
The
nicer
pur-
way to say it.
the purpose is that they don't want to offend certain people of that community.
Oh, okay. I get it. I think they can get more creative with it. Like bonus hole, they could do better than that. Cause that sounds sexual and subliminal and like mixed blurry smoky mirrors messages. Like that still sounds kind of skeet. I don't know about that. But for that community, they probably love that term. No disrespect. I know you got a full disclaimer probably. Oh, you gonna put something in the hashtag, whatever. But some people may like it. I don't like it though.
I mean, I agree because it's like out of all the names that you could say, like for example, like how a man and a woman they actually get together and they're like, you know, everybody does the do or whatsoever, right? So I'm just saying, like as a man, right? Imagine you coming up to a female and like, hey, how you doing? You got a nice bonus hole. That is not
That's how you about to get raped.
or the bike. Yo, Annie, or I'll just say Gertrude. Yes,
That sounds super weird.
the bike,
They dropped the ball with that one.
the bike. Like last night, you just gave me that super bonus hole. Yo,
Like all these
that
hidden agendas and mixed messages. Like they just really trying to push this agenda for real.
yeah. I mean, like well, I'm like, if this is my thing, if they're gonna call that the bonus hole, right? What they're gonna, I mean, for us males, we have a whole list of names that we call our anatomy or whatsoever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if a woman has a bonus hole, are we supposed to have a bonus shovel?
That's so weird. So what's the other thing going to be called then? If that's the case,
Uh,
because
For us guys, I think we're gonna have the bonus shovel. You know what I mean? Because
it's like, what's next?
yeah,
That's the real question. What's next? If this is where we are at this point.
yeah, it's like it's really funny. It's like wow, out of all the names, even even black women are offended by it, and it's
They could at
like
least said something like passion fruit or something. Like they could have got creative with it, at least made it a fruit or something like that.
yeah, but
They
you call
just
it a bonus hole?
that sounds mo like I don't know like that. I don't like the way that sounds, but
Yeah,
again, they got a lot of power. You
I'm,
know what I'm
I
saying? They got
mean,
a lot of power.
not for nothing. If a person was to say, "Hey, you know what? Congrats on getting the bonus hole,"
That sounds like pedophilia.
that sounds like I don't know. It just
It
sounds
don't sound. It don't sound right at all. Like it definitely is like alarm, like red flag. It don't sound good. Pretty much.
yeah. I
But
mean,
somebody out here like it though. That's a weird thing. Somebody out here probably thinks, "Oh, that's so cool. That's so lit. Like that fits perfectly." Like no, it doesn't. It really does not.
I mean, ima- imagine if a woman, if a man, or a gynecologist go to a woman, dude's like, "Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but you got some HPV on your bonus hole."
You dirty slut whore. That's so weird though. But you know what? 5 years from now, we probably gonna forget we having this conversation. It's gonna be so norm. You know what I'm saying? That's the weird thing about it all.
Yeah, I know. The new norms is like, well, back in the day, Timmy, we used to call that the JJ, but now since a lot of these oversensitive people are actually are actually going to sue us, we just have to refer to it as a bonus hole.
And it's already weird, even having a whole sex conversation with kids, when they're teenagers, even as young adults. So it's like, oh man, we in a shithole for right now, really. We really are.
I mean, shoot, we're living in an age that kids. Now, I'm not a parent. I'm just imagining that kids with the technology are smart. Some of them are smarter, while the other ones shoot each other to drill music. RP to those young souls. But the thing is, though, what I'm trying to say is that since we're talking about all this stuff, when is going to be the final line? And it's like a lot of people are doing, dastardly deeds, but yet it's like something is going to happen, but they're not going to receive any blowback as far as the bad stuff that's happening, and then their community name is attached to it. So, what's your own thoughts about that, Kaisha?
I mean, I think, like you said, like I said just a few minutes ago, like eventually this is gonna become the norm, but I don't know. I just feel like, we as a community, we gotta just be there for our kids. Like we gotta stop letting other people teach and influence our kids. I know you're not a parent, whatever the case, but like even television, peer pressure with friends, it's like sometimes, like people don't have a good foundation at home and that just, sends them off the rip, from the beginning. And sometimes people are just weak minded and they just fall easy to prey and stuff like that. So it's a lot of different catch 22s, but I feel what you're saying too. Like I can relate to that. I can definitely see that too.
Yeah. And it's like also to the point, right? That I was like, wow. It's bad enough that I don't know about Philadelphia, right? Because Philadelphia is like a different animal as far as New York. So as far as the professional side, I don't know because like where my place of employment, they don't really stress those pronouns. But I know in New York, as soon as anything happens, they're gonna stress those pronouns.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like when you get hired in a job in New York, for the most time, at least 75% of the times, before you get hired or during the hiring process, you got to go through trainings just to know how to address people. Make sure your signature email addresses your pronoun. When you meet people, you have to know to address them by their pronoun, not even their government. So it's a big thing. It really is. And it's like it's stressful, it's hard because it's not just, he and she, it's a whole bunch of other stuff that comes with it. And it's really like you learn a whole fucking lesson. Like you go to school to learn just how to address somebody in an email or in person. Like they take it very seriously up here in New York City. They really do, especially like these corporate jobs, these city jobs, these federal jobs, these government jobs. They take it seriously. You can get fired for something, what I'm saying, as far as not using the right pronoun or discrimination or hate crime. Like it's a big thing here for real.
Yeah, I mean, it's to the point that certain stuff, it's like, all right, I don't know. I could,
You
I could,
broadcast
I
like
could,
three
I could,
times.
I could imagine what the workplace in New York is like. And I haven't been living in New York for 6 years, so I just go back and forth. And me personally, if I'm gonna go to any place that they're like, hey, well, Timmy is not a he, he's a, I don't know. Well, we have to refer to him as a tree bark. I'm like,
Yeah, it's really crazy. So you be like, hold on. So you look like a female. I see titties on you or female attributes that lets me know you're a female. If I gotta dress you as a male, and if I don't, I can get in trouble for disrespecting you. Like what the fuck? Like it's really stressful.
yeah, like remember that part of the 40-year-old virgin, right? Where a chick was like, hey, my name is Gina, but you could call me Gina.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I was like, I was like, really? I never. Well, unless if it's a female, maybe Asian and stuff. But I never met a female by the name of Gina. I'm just keeping it honest.
That's funny. It's funny. And I feel like, not for nothing, I feel like when we were born, like in the 80s, I know we're like kind of like the same age of the cases. I felt like I didn't think this thing would be this right now in 2023. I feel like it evolved so much because we all had a aunt who was a bush or a lesbian. That's what we called it back then. It wasn't all this pronoun shit. Usually the gay, lesbian, bush, dyke. That's what we used to be. Those were the terms back then. Sorry, to offend anybody on the stream. Don't want to
Yeah,
offend nobody.
I mean, yeah, me, it was like, okay, why can't we say the other name that we used to say? But it was the Spanish variants, the Dominican variants, the Puerto Rican variants of
Mm-hmm.
we actually said, because I'm gonna be honest, I was a thug in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And I
I
didn't
feel you.
really go and say the political correct stuff. It was after a while when I actually started having a friend that I'm like, okay, these are people and stuff. But then you have certain people that they will love to cross the line and they don't respect
Oh yeah.
their of their essence or whatever. So with that said, I'm like, yeah, I I'm like, yo, you know what? You know that I don't go that way, and you're not gonna go and talk to me like that. If you are,
Yeah.
I'll stop being friends, and don't you ever be around me again.
Yep. Like those are real conversations you gotta have. Like I've had many of those experiences as well, with both male and female, friends who were of that classification or whatever you want to call it. And it's like I feel like sometimes the females be extra aggressive with it too. Like
Oh,
they get
yo,
brownie points because
dad.
they just know they could pull you.
Oh, yo, dad. It was like for don't get it twisted. It's the males too. I remember I was with my ex, and the BBQs up at 72nd Street. Is that joint still open or closed?
Yeah, it's still there. It's still there.
All right, so I went to the joint up in 72nd, right? So I was there with my ex and her sister and her boyfriend, whatever, right? So I went to use the bathroom. All behold, I don't know what the PC term is, but I don't really care. I'll just say whatever. Let's just say certain people of that classification saw me and decided while I was trying to get up the stairs to put their leg in there. They say, "Wait, would you?" So I was like, I'm like, yo, get your leg off. Excuse me. And I just said it like that, and they just bounced off. I was like, I went up and I had to tell,
Crazy.
I had to tell one of my ex's sister's boyfriend at the time. I'm like, yo, don't go there. He was like, why not? I was like, yeah, you ain't gonna like it. I'm gonna tell you that right now, bro.
Hmm. Yeah, like that's the ones I don't like. The ones that are like extra aggressive. Like I love them. Don't get me wrong, but I don't like the ones that try to just try you like it's a game. Like they be doing too much. Some of them, like I don't like them. Like they'll press you, really press you. Like yo, like stop.
Yeah, like you're not gonna go around and disrespect what I am. And then if I go and defend myself, it'll become a hate crime. So therefore, if I do defend myself, don't say no words. Bang, and that's it.
Exactly.
Not a hate crime.
It really is not, but today, like shit, they got all this power, boy. Like it's your word against theirs.
Yeah, but if you never use the word to begin with, they can't hold you. That's all I
That's a
gotta
fact. So I remember like maybe 10, 15 years ago. God, I feel so old. I was lucky in like my early 20s. I was in Harlem visiting my girlfriend at the time. And I had saw some guy in the street. You know how Harlem is. Niggas is everywhere hollering, being disrespectful, throwing bottles at you. You got dogs chasing you. You know how Harlem is, whatever the case is. Anyway, long story short, I saw what I thought was this dude, and I thought was very, very attractive. Like, oh, like he looked good. I got close. I'm like, damn, he look a little bit too good. Like, hold up, let me take a closer look. And I found out it was a fucking female, and like the pimp game was strong, the game was strong, everything was strong. I was so horrified. I could not believe it. I'm like, oh my god, I almost got. That's the whole fucking woman right there. Like I could not tell, Don. I could not tell until I got all the way close up. Like the nigga just looked too fucking smooth, too fucking pretty. It was something about the look. It just was too good. I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
god,
I
oh my
mean, like,
god, like these niggas is
I mean,
winning.
like one day, right? I was just chilling or whatever. The next thing you know, I'm walking and like you see your woman's shape and stuff. The next thing you know, I close the door like, ugh. Next.
hmm It's so crazy. It's not even that funny. Top, fucking Megan Thee Stallion bottom, broad shoulders, fucking Adam's apple, fucking weak like Nicki Minaj. Like these niggas is looking gooder than the real things. Like this is crazy. So you gotta pay attention. You really do gotta pay attention because you can get got quick. The makeup thing, they do makeup, man. I'm still struggling with makeup. I got a whole playlist on YouTube where I do makeup videos. I'm still struggling. They be hit and miss, yo. The makeup be on fleek. Like I be ashamed. Like damn, this is a whole competition.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Jose. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing fine, thank you.
Hey,
I
how you
just
doing?
completed a fine, thank you. I just completed a rebroadcast of one of my streams that I did a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw it on Don Jose. It was great.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it was great. I was fucked up. I was like, hold on. So this is not live. It took me like 20 minutes to realize it wasn't live after you said it twice. I'm like, oh my god. I felt so stupid. I'm like, oh my god. But I was there for a good period of time with you, Jose.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
like
this
for
is something.
yeah, because the whole topic is they want to.
Don, I'm gonna have to step down for a minute, but I'm gonna definitely be in the chat. And I'm gonna share your stream. I'm about to
All
make some
right.
food, but thank you for letting me up. I'll try to come back up. Depending on how long I'm gonna be up here.
Yeah, it's just like a short stream or whatever. But I actually thought that this topic was funny, and thank you for coming through and saying your piece about this quote unquote soon to be controversy.
Absolutely, we got to do a part two to this. There's so much more to be said about this.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think I might just do a part two, like maybe on Saturday. I'll try to invite
Okay.
Denise and anybody who could actually give their input about this stuff, because I would actually like some more female interaction about these new terms.
Yeah, for sure. And probably some people of that community, or maybe a person or two, that'd be great. Like there's a guy I think you have on your channel. I think, he may be able to put some light on it. I don't know, put his name out there, whatever the case is, or the name out there. But yeah, like definitely get somebody from the arena that could like, correct us and stuff like that and put us in point on things we not, saying correctly or whatever.
Exactly.
So salute to you, King. I'm gonna share your stream on my channel, and I'm gonna definitely be in the chat. And I'm gonna try to jump back on if you on here for like another 30, 40 minutes or whatever the case is.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good one. I'll see you soon, Jose.
All right. The US is too woke. I think the US is sleeping. The reason why I think that the US is sleeping is because if you really look at it, you got some of these guys who they want your information. They want to do all this stuff as far as doxing and using AI voices or whatever. But it's crazy because 9 times out of 10, y'all just making yourselves look like cowards by just trying to do all of this just for an opinion that y'all don't agree with. And for anybody to actually come up with the term bonus holes, yo, I mean, shoot, I'm not a comedian, but I could tell you that if it was between Dave Chappelle, maybe Kevin Hart, and I'll say a little bit Cat Williams, out of those three guys, I could say that there'll be like maybe 3,000 or 5,000 jokes that are written just about bonus holes. And that funny white guy too. I forgot his name. He's like young and everything like that, but he's actually funny when it's stand up. I forgot his name. But if he was to actually use the term bonus hole, he would actually sell out all his shows. I could tell you that. I forgot his name. Let me see what it is. Yeah, Matt Rife. I mean, I could actually say that sometimes when I'll be going to work and everything, and I'll be looking at some of the stand-up routines that he does, or he actually disses some of the people and makes fun of them. I could actually say that he's actually talented. And the thing is, though, he has no favorites. He gets on everybody. So that's one thing I could actually say that makes him successful. Shout out to Matt Rife all the way for making everybody laugh. Okay. How you doing, Don Jose?
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Okay. Okay. And yeah. Okay. I'm doing overtime, and the Wi-Fi in this hotel I'm staying in goes
All right.
off and
Wait a
on.
minute.
So what? Now I have to use my hotspot to stay connected.
All right. So you're out of New York City right now? Don Jose, you're out of New York City at this
Can
moment?
anyone hear?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. No, I'm not. It's just that I'm having internet issues because the hotel is really bad, and I'm using my hotspot. So, can anyone hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Don Jose. I mean, yeah, Axlan. I actually blocked that idiot like a long time ago. So I guess he got mad when I bested him in a conversation about of suggesting somebody to do a content on Bad Bunny when the fact is he did a whole segment about that dude. And then he went up and tried to call me a fan when the fact was it didn't happen. I can't really call myself a fan of Bad Bunny because I don't listen to him. So when I went up and I smoked him in like the comment section, I guess he got mad. And I guess I've been his obsession. Me personally, I don't really care about that dude because just listening to his talking points is just boring. Yo, I got a quick question for you, Atslan. When are you gonna come up here, bro? Like, I know that you've been like a dedicated member of my stream and everything like that. So you gotta come through one of these days, man. Hey, you there?
Okay. Hello? Can anyone hear me? Yeah, can anyone? You can
Yeah, I
hear
hear
me?
you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. When I get a chance, I'm gonna have to watch the replay in its entirety. To get the gist on what you.
Yeah, because basically this is what happened, Don Jose. I was reading an article, right? And the next thing you know, they're talking about
Yeah.
that they want to refer to women's parts as bonus holes. So I was asking Kasha about it, and she was like, "Man, this is a joke." So what is your thoughts about it, OG?
First of all, okay, I have an issue when people refer to women in that way. So basically, it's like it seems like it's treating women like if they were sex objects, or making them sound like they're sex kittens. Not all women are like that, and the majority of women uh, will object to being referred in that sense.
Yeah, there was actually talking about their private parts to be referred as bonus holes. So therefore they won't offend certain people who are of another classification when they go to the doctor's office.
I don't understand why people do that. I mean, look, men have penises, women have vaginas. Okay, so what is the big mystery behind all that? What is the big deal?
I know. So it's like I guess certain people they want to be they want to be offended when they actually use the proper classification for what male and female have. So therefore they want to say bonus holes, right? So this is my thing, Don Jose. Since a woman have a bonus hole, right? Do we have bone? Do we as men have bonus shovels? I don't see the terminology here. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I mean, look, the fact of the matter is, and I'm trying to keep this relatively clean. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what. Yeah,
we're
that's what.
talking about
Yeah, that's
women
good
that have,
too.
yeah. I mean, just talking about that women have like three, how should I can say it, orifices. I mean, look, let's keep it quick. Let's keep it a hundred. Okay, we all have a mouth which we chew and eat food. We also have a part that when we go to the bathroom, we release uh, fecal matter. Okay, and we have organs where we use to urinate. What's the big thing? Now I know people want to eroticize uh, certain parts of a woman's anatomy and a man's anatomy. But when you reduce women to just basically a collection of body parts, uh, the level of immaturity you have.
I agree.
Yeah. And then to compound things, you have certain men who ridicule women just because their bosoms are not all that big, or their bottoms are not all that round, or that female organ is not tiny. That's kind of talking about personal information.
Yeah, I agree. And in certain places, I guess in at
And
the professional world, I don't think that's allowed.
I mean, look, that could be easily interpreted as harassment.
Exactly.
This whole business of referring to um, fellow human beings simply as sexual playthings. I mean, how sad it is for those people.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think that
Yeah.
with this topic, I think I'm going to do a part two about it. What I'm going to do, I guess, like after the
Okay.
stream and stuff. This was very an impromptu stream because I actually thought it was funny. I actually read it yesterday. I just started out laughing, and I'm like, and don't get me twisted. It's actually on TikTok that they're actually talking about this topic also.
Okay. Excuse me. I'm gonna mute myself for a second. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm back. Yeah. So with that said, hmm, yeah, I think Don Jose is actually having some technical difficulties. So until then, I'm just gonna play some of the intro music. What? Well, I have to say this good night to and shout out to anybody that came up to the panel tonight. This is an impromptu stream. So see you later and peace.